Welcome to another edition of Fans with Mics. Today is the Europa League Finals here at Bilbao in the city of Spain, where two English clubs, and that is Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspurs, will be tussling it out to see who will be the next champion of the Europa League. These two teams may have suffered domestically in the English Premier League. Of course, one seated in the 17th position, and while Manchester United is seated in the 16th position. Both teams have lost a combined 39 games. Wow, 39 games. If you think about it, you can't believe that the 16th and the 17th team will be vying for the glory in Europe for teams that you would expect to be at a higher edge of it. But of course, it's another final that we have to enjoy. But of course, before we start off, we are going to the streets with one of our best, of course, none other than Peter, to give us what word was on the streets earlier on before we go into this game and see what did the fans have to say about this game. Fans with Mics, where world football meets the streets. Over to you, Peter.
Webale news for mukisa guno gumpereddwa nga olunaku olwaleero tuli wano ekyebando mu Nsoba nga tugenda kulaba abawagizi ba Manchester United ne timu ya Spurs nga bagenda kutuuka essaawa 4 ez'ekiro nga Tottenham Hotspurs egenda kuba etuuka ne timu ya Manchester United nga timu zino wetugendedde mupiira ogw'olunaku olwaleero nga timu ya Manchester United eri mu kifo kya 16 n'obubonero 38 ate nga timu ya Tottenham Hotspurs eri mu kifo kya 17 n'obubonero 38 nga tutandike n'omukulu Dutchman atubulire ku ndowooza ye ku mupiira gwa leero ibasambi kibalowooza abanasobola okuwangula abanasobola okuteekawo performance ey'amaanyi olunaku olwaleero. Sebo mukulu Dutchman tukwaniriza.
Nange mbanizo basa mujja okujjako wano Ensooba. Omupiira gwa leero gwe kyomanya tugenda kutugumbula. Kuba kati Captain Fernandez Masini yalangiridde da ne tugamba ekikopo akinoonya era yatunyonya ekigambo kimu final tesambibwa ewangulwa era nga leero tugenza okebera nga Zax birangirangi yakomyewo dda ku nkambi yaffe n'omwana tuyolo bakomyewo dda ku nkambi ng'era olunaku lwa leero batusuubiza nti ekikopo ekyokubiri ekya Europa kigenda komawo e Bungereza olunaku olwa leero mu kibuga Manchester kwaye timu yokka esigadde okuzza amaanyi g'ekyalo. Ebikopo bigenze nnyo e London season eno tugenda kubizza leero ffeffekka essuubi eryasigadde Bulaaya neyanza mukama wange.
Omwami Dutchman ayogedde ku musambi oba omuntu gwe bayita Zax birangirangi. Twandiyagadde oyongere tumenyera musambi kyoyo abawagizi baffe bayinza obba tebamanyi musambi gwe bayita Zax birangirangi. Tumunnyonnyole akola ki ye yaani?
Mukama wange Zax birangirangi nga wawulidde nagaye nti nze ndi Dutchman era wabeera omudaaki oyo mba mwesiga nnyo okukola kyenjagala. Omwana Zax birangirangi bamwita Joshua Zax agenda namba 11 yakomyewo kasa yawulidde tesaawa yonna ttiimu etwala ekikopo asembedde n'ava ku njala ebadde mubonyabonya okumala ebbanga eddene n'agamba leero ekikopo agenda kyeta era agenda bba akuba ka 10 kamuwenda akaffe okujjayo oli omusumbu yatusumba gwe bayitawo girandi oyo akuba obukubi obubina embwa eyo ye tugenda muwona leero omwana ajje mu maaso awo golo ziike nga ziikanga amazzi kuba ti Fernandez y'omumanyi kasaamu tamulaba bw'ati ng'amuteerawo eyo golo ng'enywa era ngenda suubira golo zijja kuba nga 5.
Aya ndowooza muwulidde ku muwagizi wa Manchester United gwe bayita Dutchman yeeweze enkolokoto ng'agamba kati katuwulire ne ku side eno ku bawagizi ba Tottenham Hotspurs banyumye bo banyumidde ddala mukulu bo banyumidde ddala naye kati tetumanyi oba okunyuma kwabwe kunaavaamu amagoolo oba kunaavaamu okwetika ekikopo kya Europa League. Sebo mwami Zed endowooza yo eri eki ku mupiira ogwaleero ogenda osambibwa ku ssaawa 4 ez'ekiro ng'otuuka ne ttiimu ya Manchester United?
Webale tukyalirako ngaffe ab'Ensooba tukusanyukidde nnyo kakati era nga bwe kyeraze bali bameka abo abali awo abamani bali babiri zezo golo 2 ezo golo zaffe mmeka 2 nzokiri waffe okiraba abaana bali wasipazi obalaba kyo bakyeyolekedde lwatu betidde olwedde zizo zebalire zibale abawagizi ba Manchester United bo bali sure ntino bagenda taking over Spurs katuule ku bannafu aba Spurs. Yes mukulu Derek.
Yes ebo tweyanziza nnyo kubanga mutukyaliddeko ekyebando wano naye ife abasipazi tuli bagumu nnyo nti ekitugambisa mbu oyo omusajja tumusobola sisobola mukuba mirundi ebiri homandawe ate guno ne gunnema tasoboka esooka musinga attacking fluid mbu ye tagiina tosobola kungamba nti gana kyagenda kuntegula nga nina wali sooni tekisoboka mutabani amumanyi mutabani golo zokka zayinako zigatta bonna bayinawo saawa zino okitegeera kati abo bo bawedde dda nze ngenda mukuba golo bbiri emu ngenda gikuba ku mutiyo mulaga mbu tasobola okitegedde neerabidde kisebo
bane beerabidde ekibuzo kimu nti ebulaaya nze imaamu waayo nze ensaaza buli kodi zebula esizoni eno nze nzekka atannakubwamu twagenda ttiimu nnyingi ezo Europa zonna zagenda nnyingi naye twabakuba bonna bonna twabakuba essaawa eno nkubye emipiira mitono e Bulaaya ne nkubye buli kimu ekisigadde kyonna kyekisigaddeyo Bilbao wennyini ku kisaawe weŋŋenze wenabadde nga nkuba nnyinimu ng'ajjuza ekisaawe abantu 5,000 ne mukuba goolo 3 nagenda okujja n'abantu 2,000 zokka ngenda mukola
Yes mukulu Eddie.
Yes mukulu bampita Eddie Mo omuntu wa Arsenal muwagizi wa Arsenal ddala nze kyemanyi Man U tesobola tegenda kiika kebere mu champu tegenda gendayo bagenda gikuba gooleza 3-1
owulidde mukulu Eddie agambye bagenda bakuba goolo 3-1 aba Manchester United bakyawaka
Manchester United forever whatever the weather
abawagizi ba Manchester nze mbasaasira bwe gibanga mirambo gwaba Manchester gwe gwo mazzi gino emirambo egitasula bagenda
olwakadde njagala nkuzeeyo ewali Yusufunga
sokoja kino ekisembayo guno mupiira gwa leero wemaze muli ku bantu batelepotinga weguganya akoziganya okunywa amazima genda bayizangu esambidde
kankuzeeyo eri Yusufu olabye ku bawagizi ba Manchester United kankuzeeyo eri Yusufu it's marched to the streets I tell you now.
Welcome back from the streets with Peter. And of course, we are going for our pre-match analysis before the kickoff. Here with me is, of course, Sammy and Vianney, both Manchester United fans, with me to analyze this game. We are going into this game. Of course, Manchester United has not beaten Tottenham Hotspur in the last 3 encounters. And of course, Ange Postecoglou has had a better chance of playing Manchester United every time he has faced them. Even the last game where they played at Old Trafford, they won that game 2-0. The last time Manchester United won this game was in 2020. A couple of years, of course, have gone by without any win. However, we are all aware that the two teams have struggled in the English Premier League, but they have a chance right now to redeem themselves. With me right now, before we start off, I'm going to start asking Sammy. Sammy, what is your day for today?
I'm very excited for this day. I've been waiting for it. I feel like this is our chance to redeem our season. This is it. If we don't win this, we are done. The season will be for nothing. I don't know what Amorim have been preparing, but let's hope for the best.
Ruben Amorim has put up a squad which we don't know right now, but I believe there are players you're looking forward to. Who is your best player you're looking out for today?
I think when you come to United, you don't have a best player. You just have those players that can say maybe turn up. So we just hope that the likes of Bruno, the likes of maybe Casemiro can, pull through. Seven finals, no losses. So we hope that experience can, guide us through. So that maybe, the season doesn't go to waste. Because, it has been a really bad season for both of us. But let's hope the two with the experience can, come and pull through for us.
We have had a couple of injuries. Of course, Manchester United has had Dalot on the sideways, and Euro is also returning. How do you see this in terms of boosting your squad and the back four?
I'm very excited to have Euro back. He's a young lad, but with confidence, some good experience. I hope he pulls through today. I saw him in the starting lineup. He's there. I'm very happy and excited to watch him play today.
Okay, if you were to be at probably Ange Postecoglou's position right now, knowing that Kulusevski is sick and of course James Maddison is also not available, is this going to impact their squad?
Okay, yes, when you have like two of your best players not around, it does give an impact on your squad. But then when you look on paper and you look at the team he has put out, you see a team that can, deliver a result. Like you've said, Tottenham this season, 3 wins, United none. So you can't really know what will happen. Yes, you lack your best players, but then when you have a team, an 11 on the pitch, and they're going to follow your instructions, they're going to do the set plan, then you never know what can happen. Other than missing, say, maybe one of your best attackers in Kulusevski, you can't know, maybe Son, maybe Johnson, or maybe Papemeta Sarr, someone can turn up and, deliver something for you.
Before we go, I just want your prediction. Fair enough. What do you think the game will end with?
It's a very hard game, very hard to predict, basing on how both teams have been performing the whole season. You never know which team is going to turn up. You never know how Manchester United is going to turn up. Spurs, they've been very disappointing. It's a very, very, very hard game to predict. But I'm hoping for the best. I hope it's like a 2-1 2-1 in favor of United.
We shall be coming here at the halftime, and I'll be asking the same question. You've not scored in the last 2 games. How do you think the halftime will go?
I look at halftime, I think there will be goals. There will be goals at halftime, by halftime. But as a United fan, I would just say we score fast. We have, we settle the nerves. We concede early, the nerves will be there. We've seen the team. Concede early, nerves show. And, we can't play a final like we are playing a semi-final, a quarter-final, where, we go 2 goals down, 3 goals down, and then we expect to come back and nick it. But goals will be there. But as a United fan, been a United fan for long, I say we still nick it. We still nick it.
41 years since the last trophy won by the Tottenham Hotspur side. But of course, they'll be looking tonight at the chances they have had, of course, better off because of they have beaten Manchester United 3 times. But we can't decide now. We shall have to wait. At halftime, we shall be coming back to find out of the 2 teams that have been struggling in the Premier League, which one will be a better side. Fans with Mics, where football meets the streets. It's halftime. Fans with Mics once again back. We are at Bilbao, and of course, Manchester United is trailing Tottenham Hotspurs by 1 goal. That goal, unfortunate as it might be, in the 41st minute by Luke Shaw, and an assist by Johnson, a player from Tottenham Hotspurs. I'm with Manchester United fans, of course, a mixture of some who are sympathizers with Tottenham Hotspurs. So I'll be starting with the Manchester United fan, next on my left. Sammy, how do you feel at halftime?
I won't say I'm very disappointed. It has been a fair game. As you can see, it has been 50-50. Man United has had some chances, not converted. Spurs has also been trying to get in. No shots on target, but they have a goal. I would say lucky. They are lucky to have one.
There's been a lot of whining between the players. Manchester United whining. Tottenham is also whining. The referee has been so busy trying to, cool them and make them know that this is a final that they are playing. What's your take?
I think the whining and, all the things that happen in a game, that's part of the game. It's part of the game. But like I said when the match was going to start, go down a goal, then you lose a bit of momentum. So right now, momentum is more on Tottenham's side, even if it's an own goal, very, shady and all that. But still, as United, how you're conceding a goal and the team has no shot on target, then it shows you where you are as a team. Like I said at halftime, there will be goals, but if we are lucky enough, we nick it or we don't nick it.
As a sympathizer, I don't know whether an Arsenal fan or from London, you still have that beef because, as being a person from London, you have your beef with the Tottenham, you have your beef with Manchester United. Just looking at the game, how do you see it basically in terms of strategies, in terms of tactics, the 2 coaches? What do you see?
For me, first, I hope both teams lose. But that said, it's a classic case of some of the worst teams in the Premier League facing each other. You can see it has been a very blunt game for me. Of course, the worst team conceded, and the less worse one is the one which is trying. But all the same, I hope one of them wins or both of them lose. I do not sympathize with any. Yeah.
When you look at the statistics, they are a little bit balanced. Manchester United playing, of course, less better than Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur has been more goal, looking compared to Manchester United. What do you see that has, transpired in the first half that needs to change probably in the second half?
I think tactically, both coaches tried to explore each other's left flank. Ahmad being busy in the first half, and Brendan Johnson bringing it back to Luke Shaw. I think every United fan doubted why they started Luke Shaw in this game. However, I think they are right. He has been so exploitive and losing legless chances of career lanes. However, I think going back to second half, I expect Amorim to bring in Garnacho to bring on to the more competitive and attacking force. Mount has been so quiet in this first half. I think he was always seen getting a foul for the team. The other times he was so quiet. Then I expected Ugarte to come into this game because he has been so brilliant in this competition. He has been so good in the midfield, in the middle of the park. And I expected Bruno to be pushed forward, the fact that Casemiro was around. However, it was the reverse. So to the Spurs side, they missed Maddison. And I expected United to take this opportunity because we all know what Maddison brings onto the final third. And Krusevich, sorry for the name, Krusevski, would also be a very good player. But his absence, I think Spurs are not missing with Brennan Johnson bring up the pressure onto Luke Shaw and bring such a very funny goal. However, it's a United conceding. They have always been conceding such goals.
You're looking at a Manchester United squad, which has, of course, Euro today back in the squad. At halftime, you're Ruben Amorim, and you're in the dressing room. What are you telling these boys, and what are you changing?
I feel like my colleague said, we need to bring on Garnacho. He might be a guy who wastes a lot of chances here and there, but at least you see him active. You see him working. You see him trying to look for a goal for the team. Mount has not been in the game, not chasing. I haven't even been seeing him pressing back like we usually say. He's hard working and stuff. I haven't been seeing him. So I feel like we should bring in someone like Garnacho, and then we need to get Ugarte on to let go of Bruno Fernandes such that he can be more attacking. More attacking. He helps us when he's going forward. Otherwise, we have been very blunt in the first half.
Ange Postecoglou normally says that he wins things in his second season. Are we about to see him win this?
Yeah, most likely. With the way things are going, we might be seeing the dust from the Spurs cabinet getting out. Yeah. So I don't really mind which team wins. I'm just very neutral. But yeah, most likely Spurs will win because the team with the goal always has the momentum. And we are already seeing that Spurs has picked up on the momentum. Hopefully, maybe in the second half, if Ruben Amorim makes some of the changes, like bring in Ugarte and bring in Garnacho, maybe they can have some pressure on the Spurs defense. But for now, we have seen a Spurs defense which has been a little bit very comfortable, apart from the other flank of Ahmad that has been causing problems. This other side is completely blunt.
41 years, Tottenham Hotspur has been waiting. Is it happening tonight?
It would be a hard pill to swallow, a very hard pill to swallow. But what I can tell you is that, when you go down on paper, you look at both teams, very bad seasons. But then at the end of it, you look at who wants it more. Does United want it more? Does Tottenham want it more? Right now, looking at that first half, Tottenham wants it more. They are working as a team. They are pressing as a team. United, we've seen it the whole season, throwing hands in the air, those little mistakes. I'm a United fan, but come on, let's be realistic. Those little mistakes, we can't keep blaming a system. We can't keep doing X, Y, and Z. If a manager puts you out on the pitch to do a job, you follow it. You've seen what Spurs has done, pressing from the front foot. They are working together as a team. They are not letting United have too much time on the ball. So those 41 years could come to an end today. It would be a hard pill to swallow, but we have to be honest with it. We have to be very honest with it.
Just one last one. You're going to give me the prediction. How do you see it ending?
Well, when you look at how United has been performing, especially in this tournament, there could be a comeback. So we still have to wait and see what the next 45 minutes could actually add. Like one man used to say in radio, it's not over until it is over.
It's not over until it's over. It happened in 1999. They came back and won that one in Bayern, against Bayern. Will it happen tonight? All the 41 years of waiting for Spurs is finally coming to an end. We can only know this after the final whistle, after the 90 minutes. It's football, where world football meets on the streets. Fans with mics, come back. See you later. Fans with mics, we are here after the final whistle in Bilbao. Of course, Tottenham Hotspurs winning its first trophy in their cabin after 41 years of waiting. Ange Postecoglou's resounding promise that he normally wins in the second season has come to pass. And of course, they're the champions of the Europa League. And they'll book a place in the Champions League next season. But there are many questions that are being asked. Do they have a better season now that they have won? Did Manchester United bottle it up? And of course, I have the fans here. Most of them are Manchester United fans. Of course, they are also, I should say, well-wishers of football, but I don't know, because they are from London. I'll be asking them the hard questions, whether they feel better that their neighbors have won or they haven't, won or something like that. But I'll start with Manchester United. 45 minutes, all the changes you wanted were made. We saw Garnacho coming on, we saw Dalot coming on, and we saw Zakiza also coming on. What do you have to say? What happened? Why didn't you win this tournament this time round?
I would say sometimes it's, people say always the best team wins, but sometimes it's not the truth. As soccer fans, we know. Sometimes you can play the best soccer, do everything, and still things don't happen. I think at some point, it's luck when it comes to soccer. So I would say we played our best. And you saw when those guys came in, the attacking became so different. We created chances. There was even a goal saved offline without the goalkeeper in the goal. So sometimes I think it's about luck. And for Spurs, good luck. They did their best. They scored their goal. They won the game.
You watched the 45 minutes. What do you have to say?
Like I said, the halftime break, United needed Garnacho's driving force, of which he came in, created some chances. It is very funny that Bruno Fernandes, who is the best player in attacking records this season, is playing far away from attack. United had a challenge in creating. Of course, like first half, they had Ahmad, his wing being so busy trying to pull up Tottenham's defense. But these guys stick to their game. They sat back after getting a very funny goal. I will say a very funny thing. A team that had no shot on target won this game. The goal came in a very funny way. Luke Shaw bringing the ball back to the net. I know Manchester fans will say Onana has been our worst player today. Of course, he wasn't busy, but there's no way you can blame him on such a goal.
You said something before this game started that if Manchester United fails to score in the first half or before Tottenham Hotspur, they are going to lose this game. Do you still stand by that, or you think the tactics that Ruben Amorim made were not so good enough?
Second half, look at the substitutions made. Right moves, right? But then you look at all the 3 games we have played Spurs. What has happened? Besides the Bruno Fernandes red card, what has happened? We concede that early useless goal. From our reckless chance, we concede the goal. That's one thing about United players, the mentality. When they go down 1, there is a drop in focus. Now, if you look at the second half, per se, you don't have a 9 who can hold up the ball. Zaxi comes on, he's doing that. But then, as one of my friends has said, your best creative outlet is seated back deep. Reason being, okay, tactically, if you look at it, you need someone on the ball for the 90 minutes. At the same time, if you look at the substitutions made, Maino coming on, a ball carrier trying to, run that 10, you have Garnacho trying to do X, Y, and Z, and Dalo. But now, if you're looking at the sorts of players Amorim has at his disposal, you don't look at the bench and you say, you know what, I have that player who is going to get on the pitch. And with every single chance we get, at least there is a shot on target. We've had the most chances in the game. Most chances. But look where we've ended up. None has, ended in the back of the net. Yes, well done to Vicario, because we all know Vicario. When his team is up front, that's when he thrives, and he has thrived. But then at the end of the day, you're looking at your creation and your quality attacking-wise is non-existent. Per se, I would say it's a bad opinion, but it's a right opinion. Zaxi is not a 9. He's a 10. Now play Zaxi with Hoyland up there. We've seen it before in the season. Zaxi with Hoyland up there, it has sort of worked. A 10 who can, pass the ball and, move the ball, etc. and etc. So those are the problems we are suffering, but still, I hold up.
Okay, I have some football, I don't know how to call them, but sympathizers of tonight. And they are head watchers, that's how they call themselves. And with me here is one from also North London. I want to ask him a hard question. Do you think now that your neighbors, Tottenham Hotspurs, you call them the noisy neighbors, have a better season than you, Arsenal, the Gunners, given the fact that they have won the Europa League, and of course you bottled up your chances against PSG? What do you have to say?
I'll not say Spurs has had the better season. Well, they have won a trophy, and kudos to them. I'm glad that they won the trophy. However, I do not think they have had a better season. Why? Because they have been shitty the entire season, and then they have won this tournament where they have been playing against teams like Bordeaux Limit and all the likes. Yes, the trophy, it's good for their cabinet. It will look very nice there, but I do not think they have had a very good season. And still, Arsenal is still the biggest team in London.
Do you agree with him? Given the fact that you're a Manchester United fan and you didn't think, okay, Chelsea fan, another, of course, hater for the Gunners and probably also for the Tottenham Hotspurs.
Well, unfortunately, I don't really agree with that. And what defines your success in a season is if you've won trophies or no. We know we all play to win trophies and not just to be the best team. If you don't convert your chances and actually score goals and win matches, then you're not good enough. So I think Tottenham has had a good game today. We could say the season has been good to them because they've won it.
Do you agree that the season has been good for these two teams? Because you see, we are seeing them at the, you can come a little bit front. We've seen them in the European League. They have really, showed that they are good. They have beaten teams. Manchester United went into this final without losing a game on the European scene, but they have poorly played at home, losing 18 games, and of course finishing in 16th position. What do you have to say?
I would think Tottenham, at the moment, they are champions. And what defines a good team is being a champion. So at the end of it all, Arsenal would have wanted to be champions. So Tottenham, they have gone away with the trophy, meaning they are better off with the trophy. Arsenal, positions don't matter. Positions don't matter. As a player, if you define by positions, then you're a loser. But at the end of the day, if a player has trophies, it means, he has some pedigree and he's world class. Actually, we define world class players by the trophies they win. Yeah, so absolutely, I would think Tottenham is better than Arsenal, apparently.
Tottenham is better than Arsenal, but of course we know that Manchester United will be looking forward to strengthening their squad come January. They have missed out on a bounty of about $100 million that they would have won had they won this trophy tonight. But, things happen. But, of course, Ruben Amorim will be looking forward to probably strengthening his squad. Sammy, what do you think? Where are those positions that you think Ruben Amorim should now strengthen and come back a better team next season?
First of all, I would think it's basic. You would see when you look at our attacking force. I think we would, first of all, we'll go for a number 9, a basic 9. You see, Hoyland is, I can't even say he's good, but he tries to play there. Hoyland is good, struggling for the balls. He can't hold play. Like all those aerial balls that come in, they're always most likely being taken out by the opponents. He is busy there struggling, and then the ball goes. We need a real number 9. Someone who can hold play, stay with the ball, wait up for the strikers, wing play, link up, goals.
Tottenham Hotspur has won, Manchester United has lost, but of course one will be wanting to see how many players you think Ruben Amorim should really drop off his team and of course bring in new power force.
Thank you. However, I will start with saying I don't think always going to the market will be a solution. Previously, Chelsea spent billions into the market. However, they ended up selling off some players, and still they are going to lose a lot of players, the likes of Nkuku, of which they bought highly, and they will be sold cheaply. The fact that they thought the market would be their solution. First things first, I think Amorim will need to put these players into the formation and they understand what he really wants them to play. It's very funny that United goes down and you see everyone putting in efforts to bring back the team up after playing reckless and shitty football. However, I think they need a very, very good goalkeeper. I'm not undermining Onana, who was so good at Inter Milan, but we've all seen mistakes that have led into goals. They will need a left back, a very good left centre back. The fact that Martinez cannot give them 15 goal games a season. Then they will need a very good attacking midfielder and a centre forward.
Shitty they may have been in the Premier League, one ending the season in the 16th position and the other in 17th position. But it has been different on the European scene. Tottenham Hotspurs are the champions of the Europa League, and of course they secure their position in the Champions League next season. The Manchester United fans believe their team has been shitty tonight, reckless, and they have not used their chances. But that's football. You play the 90 minutes, you make it or you lose it. Fans with mics on the football scenes, and of course, we have also told you that you can always join us. Please make sure that you subscribe. Don't forget, hit the subscription button. Make sure you get all the updates. Fans with mics, where world football lives on the streets. Good night.